And finally, for millions of die-hard fans, this remains the true face of Doctor Who, the Time Lord even, as portrayed by Tom Baker in the heyday of the BBC series in the 1970s. So devotees will be delighted to learn they won't need a TARDIS to see a new adventure with him back in the role. Using the magic of modern technology, doubtless the Doctor would approve, they've completed an episode which had to be abandoned because of a strike.
Stand by, Doctor Who fans. It's taken nearly 4 decades, but a famously unfinished episode has finally been completed. So an old Doctor finds himself once again at the centre of the story.
At last, that terrible disappointment and grief from all those years ago, it was only 38 years ago, but that's like yesterday for Who fans. At last, we're all going to come together all over the world, and we will watch this thing together, and afterwards we will be happy.
With his never-ending knitted scarf, Tom Baker was the Doctor Who of the 1970s.
I beg your pardon.
And the TV show wasn't immune to the economic challenges and industrial conflicts which characterised that decade. The filming of one story, called SHADA and written by Douglas Adams, had to be abandoned because of strike action by studio engineers. Most of the missing scenes have now been animated with the voices of many of the original cast.
I'd feel much happier if you three waited outside. No point in all of us walking into the spider's web.
In our editorial meeting this morning, there was absolutely no question. You were everybody's favourite Doctor.
Oh.
It was clearly a part you enjoyed playing, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, yes. It was because, you know, everybody wants to be a hero. And to be a children's hero, especially during the Troubles in Ireland, and transcend anxiety. As universal appeal, doesn't it? This kind of slightly, you know, strange character who travels through galaxies and universes and is benevolent but funny and brave and solves problems.
The 21st century revival of Doctor Who has brought new generations of fans and doctors.
Some people were outraged, weren't they, at the idea of a female Doctor Who?
Well, yes, they were. But I mean, some people are out. I mean, some people like being outraged. So if there's any change that they don't approve of, they get outraged and say, I think it's absurd. She appears to be female, just the same as I appear to be male, you know. But I mean, within the formula of Doctor Who, that could be a misapprehension, you know. It may not, nothing is quite the way it looks.
Tom Baker appears in one scene in the latest episode as an old man. Older generations of Doctor Who fans will be as delighted to see him back in the TARDIS as he clearly was to be there. Geraint Vincent, ITV News.